This is Unit 41 Evaluation Part 2. As aforementioned, I had to do two parts because I went over like 15 odd minutes last time and YouTube was like, nope, can't let you do that, Star Fox. But yeah, this is my part 2. In the previous part, as you probably just remember because you just watched it, was regarding my Chinatown model. So this one is going to be my character model. Right, let's start off with the character model. I had a lot of ideas for my character model, and I wanted to do quite a bit with my character model, but simply because of the time we had and the time I certainly took on my Chinatown, I didn't have much I could do. I mean, I had drawings ready for a mechish character. I had drawings for like a dragonkin, like Dragonoid, and I also had mechs free. I also had plans to make a humanoid character, or the one I chose because it was simple. I feel I chose the model I did now simply because of the time scale, and I could create it to a good quality in that time scale. It's some sort of like a void-ish creature, one that comes from like a maybe distant planet or something, perhaps that, hence like the no legs. I felt like doing it would be easier considering the lack of anatomy that I'd have to take into account than doing a normal model. I mean, if it was a humanoid, for example, I'd get the anatomy perfect, and otherwise it look completely silly. Whereas if I did the model I did now, I mean, I can go crazy, I can go completely mental with my design, and I can still make it look interesting. So yeah, as you can see, it's a simple, like, bold figure. He floats around, he moves. You can imagine if we animated him, I'd make him push. A lot of particles on there. I could have put on with After Effects, like lots of blue, black smoke flailing off him when he walks. Make him make actual model look transparent. Make sure like he looks frightening to look at. Just a bit of atmosphere on the character itself. With his armor, obviously his armor, pure aesthetics. He doesn't need it, of course. He's like a creature from out of space somewhere. But he's got I put armor on him just for the simple fact that it looks awesome, man. Who doesn't like armor? Armor's armor. I thought it was rather nice to model. I thought it created a nice scene with it, and I thought it was a very unique design. I mean, I'd never seen anyone model anything like that before. Or certainly not close to me anyway. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this model. Actually, I thought it was really interesting. It was the first time I've modeled something that isn't a humanoid in a long time. If we're talking about game characters, I've always modeled a humanoid, and it's always kind of sucked because I've always had to pay lots of attention to like fingers, like anatomy, basic anatomy, fingers, toes, even facial expressions, because it was just really awkward to deal with. It just took a long time considering what it was worth, and that's precisely why I chose the creature I did. And I thought it worked out well. As you can see in like my final renders of that, there's a nice little scene going on. I've put like the barrels in one corner where I created previously, like my bow, and like he's in a barren area, broken shoulder pad on the floor, there's just swords. I thought that really added to the effect. I mean, it's a shame that we didn't really get to animation because I thought I could have really brought my character to life, to be honest. Yeah, I thought he wasn't challenging to model. Maybe the shoulder pads, considering it has like two layers on it, maybe it would a bit challenging considering extruding downwards and then extruding outwards. It skew whiffs all over the place, and smoothing it as well as trying to fit them together was challenging, I guess. He comes equipped with like a war banner on his back because yeah, he needs war banners where he comes from with the Maztec logo on it. Because he knows what Maztec is too. But yeah, the model, it was really interesting to make. It was very unique. I've never personally done anything like that before, and it seems like I fit criteria well. I mean, I had plans for him. Maybe if I did it again, of course, I'd texture him better. I mean, the texture. I don't like block colors. It makes it look cartoonish. It didn't really give a good like. While I'm scared of that creature kind of feel to it. I'd certainly I'll create my own texture, like maybe a gradient from black from the bottom going up to like a bluish on the top, lightish blue to transparent see-through. Definitely like rusted shoulder pads, maybe broken off a bit, floating, like the war banner obviously. I'd make it like rugged and things like that. I'd change the hands on him, maybe a bit more of a muscular pose because he looks very. It looks a bit like a weakling at the moment, other than like the two muscles he has here. And if I were to change something as mentioned by you guys in class, so you, the face, I never thought about the face much in this, and I'm really critical about that. I needed to change the face. The face doesn't look that great. I wish I could have changed it. and if I had time I'd certainly change it or fix it. An example what I could have done was, or what couldn't have took that much time actually, was maybe a mask. If I would have done maybe a mask, this would change the whole image of my model. I mean, I could do a mask face, like covering his face going up, maybe like a Gattu's, making him breathe around his body, remove this armor plate, but make it into something that fit the character rather than just throwing random armor on there. I could have given like a personality that wise. I mean, like poison going through him or something like that. That's how, like, even air, like maybe that's how he's walking, that's how he's moving, that's where he comes from. You destroy that, you destroy him, something. Going beyond like the whole point here, but that's what I changed. I don't really like the head on it. But yeah, other than that, I thought his anatomy was rather well. I enjoyed creating him. I thought he was unique. I liked his claws. I thought he was awesome. I started to envision him in my head of him walking. As I said, I had plans. I mean, like 2 bracelets. I planned to put a chain together. I'd stop, like, show well this guy has got a problem. So clearly he needs to be chained up. He ain't something you want to mess with. But yeah, other than that, I really enjoyed modelling, to be honest. It's been a really interesting unit. Texture, as an overall summary, I enjoyed this whole unit. I'd certainly spend a lot longer on my archway in Chinatown and get it more to pinpoint accuracy is what I'd want it to be, because it wasn't that as accurate as I wanted it to be considering the timescale we had. I'd certainly texture better, bump maps, normal maps, make it stick out, make it look a bit more realistic when you render it out. Fix my textures a bit more, maybe make the road a bit more to scale, maybe like do a scale, maybe put a small figurine there. I mean, even if I had time, I mean, why wouldn't I like make a small scene and just do like a plane of image, like people walking across. I mean, they could do that with like a camera twitches around, like zooms past, and it's like people walking across. It could have been done if I all had more time. That's what it aims at. I just wish I had more time for this unit. But I did thoroughly enjoy it. I thought it was interesting. I learned quite a lot considering what I already knew, and I hope everyone else has as well. And I hope I get some good feedback on my models. And I hope someone can, yeah, just feedback would be awesome on my models. And I've really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. Obviously I'd improve a lot. I'd change things. I'd switch things around. But overall, solid unit. And this is the conclusion to my evaluation, guys. This is Unit 41. I'm Christopher Dyson. So, and this is 3D modeling, and I've said that too many times, and this is over.